Boys are way better than girls. Girls are weaklings, John called after me. Ugh. I really hate when people think that boys are better than girls. As you may be able to tell, I'm a big feminist. A feminist is someone of any gender who believes in the equality between men and women. Until pretty recently, men and women were not treated equally. Traditionally, women were thought of as weaker and less capable than men, which is definitely not true. Men were thought to be the ones capable of doing manly things, like hunting and being leaders, while women had to stay at home and do jobs that were thought to be less important, which they're not. For example, in many cultures, including America, women couldn't work out jobs outside the home, women couldn't own a home or land, and were thought only capable of housework. Women took care of the cooking and children, and because a lot of men thought that women's preferences didn't matter, women were married off, sometimes to men they didn't even know. Also, women couldn't go to school to get an education. It must have really stunk for them. Thanks to feminism, a lot of this has changed today. The feminist movement began about 150 years ago. It tried to change the law that said women weren't allowed to vote for their leaders, like the president. This was called the suffrage movement. It lasted from about the 1840s to the 1920s. Thanks to feminism, women got the right to vote, women started to have jobs outside the home, and are now allowed to own houses and go to school to get an education. Today, women have very important jobs. They're leaders, lawyers, doctors, teachers, and guess what? Hillary Clinton, who is Secretary of State, is one of the most powerful people in our government. But even though feminism has made a huge difference, we still have a long way to go. For instance, even though women are doing the same work as men in their jobs, they still get paid less, just because of their gender. Also, there still hasn't even been a woman president in America. As you can see, I think feminism is very important. I think that if every girl and every boy became a feminist, then the world would be a better place for both women and men, boys and girls. So go feminism!